I've never been into sports because I grew up in a small village and I left school when I was 12 years old. Playing sports, it was not really something we did. I was working as a cabin crew for Emirates Airlines and I was scheduled flight 24-hour layover in Dhaka, and I was upset for seeing so many children with so much potential going down to waste. At the time, I like to say I saw butterflies. I saw lots of caterpillars, and my goal was to help these caterpillars and transform them into butterflies. Child labor is big in Bangladesh, so these children, they had to work to help their families so they could eat. So most of these children, when I first met them, they were either working in garments factories, working in construction, or working in tea shops. The only way to come out of the slums is by having an education. And once they have this education, they can compete on a job market and they can even go to universities. And one day, they can transform their lives, their families, and as well to become the next change makers, transform other people's lives as well. When I was 2 years old, my birth mother was unemployed and struggling severely. And this is when she met a poor refugee woman from Angola that was living in Avanca. She was a widow. She had 6 children and she worked as a cleaner. And Christina offered to help, and she told my mother, go to Lisbon, find a job, and when you have your life back in track, come back. But what this woman's motto was, who feeds 6, feeds 7. So I became the 7th child. At the time, she didn't realize that my mother had a mental illness and she would never come back to pick me up. Her name was Maria Cristina. Everything that was done in the slums of Bangladesh was because of Cristina. We have educated 600 children since 2005. In 2009, when the recession hit us, we really struggled. Recession is what forced me to look into sports as a way of fundraising money. Since then, I walked 7 marathons in 7 days in 7 Emirates in UAE. Then I completed the last degree to the North Pole. Then I started climbing, and I became the first and only Portuguese woman to climb Everest in 2013. That was not enough, so 2014 I ran 7 ultramarathons in 7 continents in 6 weeks. 2015 decided to be bolder, so I ran 7 marathons in 7 continents in 10 days. In 2016, I signed up to swim across the English Channel. At the time, I didn't even know how to swim. I didn't make it. The swim had to be aborted after 7 hours. And now, this 6 Ironmans in 6 continents in the shortest time possible. I would have done in a 7th continent, but there is no official races for triathlons in Antarctica. Ironman is a triathlon where you have to complete the 3.8 kilometers swimming, followed by 180 kilometers bike, and then you have to run a full marathon. I really really struggle. First of all, sports is not my thing, so I'm not talented, I'm not gifted in sports. So someone like me, it takes 14 hours to 16 hours to complete one Ironman. I was in tears so many times.
Hello everyone from Antarctica, the South Pole. I just got here, skied from the last degree to the South Pole. Here we are, summit of Vinson, 17th of January 2018.
I'm still not a sports person. I am not. If you saw me struggling to finish these races, that would be obvious. But I just want to show people the limits I am prepared to go, to push myself to fulfill a promise that I made to educate these children.